Cosmetology Foundation's Final Exam, Questions and Correct Detailed Answers, 2026 Updated Edition. Question 1. The natural nail is primarily composed of which hard, fiber-shaped substance? Calcium, protein, carbohydrates, minerals. The natural nail is composed mainly of keratin. Keratin is a hard, fiber-shaped protein. This protein is also found in the hair and skin, but the keratin in nails is harder than the version found in the skin. Question 2. Which statement is true regarding the porosity of the nail plate? It is completely waterproof. It is less porous than skin. It is more porous than normal skin of equal thickness. It does not allow any liquid to pass through. The nail plate is porous. Even though it looks solid, it actually allows water and oils to pass through it much more easily than normal skin of the same thickness. Question 3. As the nail grows, the nail plate moves by sliding across which part of the nail unit? The matrix, the eponychium, the nail bed, the hyponychium. The nail plate is a hardened keratin structure. It sits on and slides across the nail bed. It is pushed forward by the constant production of new cells in the matrix. Question 4. The cells that eventually form the hardened nail plate are produced in which area? The matrix, the nail fold, the bed epithelium, the ligaments. The matrix is the area where the nail plate cells are formed. It contains nerves, lymph, and blood vessels to nourish the cells. As long as the matrix is healthy, it will produce new nail plate cells. Question 5. What is the thin layer of tissue that attaches the nail plate to the nail bed? Eponychium, bed epithelium, cuticle, perionychium. The bed epithelium is a thin layer of tissue. It acts like glue between the nail plate and the nail bed. It helps guide the plate along the bed as it grows. Question 6. From which part of the nail unit is sweat most likely to arise? Nail plate, matrix, nail folds, free edge. The nail folds are the folds of normal skin that surround the nail plate. Like most skin, they contain sweat glands. The nail plate itself does not produce sweat. Question 7. What is the function of the tough bands of fibrous tissue called ligaments in the nail unit? To produce nail cells, to protect the eponychium, to connect bones and hold the nail bed in place, to provide shine to the plate. Ligaments are specialized fibrous tissues. They connect bones and provide support. In the nail unit, they attach the nail bed and matrix to the underlying bone of the fingertip. Question 8. Nail growth rates typically increase most dramatically during which time? During the winter months. In the first trimester of pregnancy. In the last trimester of pregnancy. After reaching the age of 65. Hormonal changes in the body affect nail growth. Research shows that nail growth rates increase significantly during the last trimester of pregnancy. They usually return to normal after the baby is born. Question 9. What is the medical term for blood clots that form under the nail plate due to a small injury? Trumpet nails, bruised nails, onycholysis, leukonychia. Bruised nails occur when a small injury to the nail bed causes tiny blood vessels to break. This results in a dark purplish spot or blood clot under the nail plate. This spot will usually grow out naturally. Question 10. What occurs when the eponychium or other living tissue surrounding the nail plate becomes split or torn? Onychia, plicatured nail, hangnail, trumpet nail. A hangnail is also known as an agnail. It is caused by dryness of the skin or small cuts to the living tissue. It is important to tell clients not to pull them because that can lead to an infection. Question 11. How can a licensed cosmetologist best stay updated on new trends and products? Follow social media influencers only. Seek continuing education opportunities. Buy the most expensive tools. Work alone to avoid distraction. The beauty industry is always changing. Professionals must stay current with new techniques and safety rules. You should attend classes, trade shows, and other continuing education events. Question 12. Arriving to work on time and staying on schedule are good examples of which life skill? Diplomacy, self-actualization, time management, creativity. Time management is a vital life skill for stylists. It involves prioritizing tasks and staying organized. It also shows respect for the time of the client and the professional. Question 13. If studying or work tasks become overwhelming, what is the best strategy to use? Wait until the last minute to finish. Focus on completing small tasks one at a time. Multitask as much as possible. Ignore the work until the feeling passes. Breaking large goals into small tasks prevents burnout. It ensures that you make progress without feeling defeated by the total amount of work. Question 14. Which term refers to the ability to deliver a truthful but difficult message in a kind way? Creativity, motivation, diplomacy, assertion. Diplomacy is also known as tact. It is essential for professional communication. It allows a stylist to manage expectations or handle complaints without causing offense. Question 15. What is the purpose of a mission statement in a business plan? To list the prices of all services. To establish the purpose, values, and goals of the business. To identify the competition. To provide a floor plan for the salon. A mission statement is the foundation of a business. It defines why the business exists and what it stands for. It provides a clear sense of direction for the staff and management. Question 16. Which 3 words should be used when building a positive problem-solving vocabulary? Stop, wait, and listen. Explore, analyze, and determine. Try, hope, and wish. Buy, sell, and trade. Using active words like explore, analyze, and determine helps you think logically. These words encourage critical thinking when solving technical or business problems. Question 17. Which term refers to artistic talent and the possession of unlimited inner resources for solutions? Motivation, tact, creativity, efficiency. Creativity is the heartbeat of cosmetology. It involves artistic skill and the ability to find unique solutions for hair or nail challenges. Question 18. The process of fulfilling your full potential over the period of a lifetime is called what? Self-management, self-actualization, career mapping, actualization. Self-actualization is the ultimate goal of personal development. It involves continuous learning and the goal of becoming the best version of yourself. Question 19. Which massage technique is used most often during a pedicure or a manicure? Tapotement, friction, effleurage, Petrie's sage. Effleurage is a succession of smooth, gliding strokes. It is the most common movement in manicures because it is relaxing. It also helps the professional evaluate the condition of the skin. Question 20. Which organization developed the procedures for the disinfection of foot spas? The Food and Drug Administration, the Nail Manufacturer Council, and the International Nail Technicians Association, the Center for Disease Control, the American Medical Association. The Nail Manufacturer Council and the International Nail Technicians Association worked together. They created the strict safety rules used to clean and disinfect pedicure bowls to prevent infections. Question 21. What is the primary function of pedicure paddles or foot files? To cut the toenails. To remove dead cuticle tissue. To reduce and smooth thicker foot calluses. To apply essential oils. Paddles are designed to safely rub down calluses. They should be used to smooth the skin. Calluses should never be fully removed because they provide protection for the feet. Question 22. How should natural nails be filed to prevent splitting? In a back and forth sawing motion. From the center to the sides. From the sides to the center. Only in a downward direction. filing from the outer edges toward the center helps the nail stay strong. A sawing motion can cause the nail plate to fray and eventually split or peel. Question 23. Which type of massage uses strokes that manipulate or press one layer of tissue over another? Effleurage, tapotement, friction, vibration. Friction involves circular or cross-fiber movements. It is effective for increasing circulation. It is often used around the joints of the hands and feet. Question 24. Nail hardeners containing which ingredient should never be used on hard or brittle nails? Vitamin E, methylene glycol, almond oil, calcium. Methylene glycol is common in nail hardeners. It creates links between keratin fibers. While helpful for thin nails, it can make brittle nails too rigid. This can cause them to crack under pressure. Question 25. What is the best way to remove over 90% of pathogenic microbes from the hands? Using hand sanitizer, rinsing with cold water, washing with soap and water, using an alcohol wipe. Scrubbing with soap and water is the best way to stay clean. It physically removes dirt and microbes that hand sanitizers might miss. Question 26. What is the professional procedure for prepping a new nail file? Soak it in alcohol for 10 minutes. Rub another clean file across the edges to remove sharpness. Wash it with bleach. Use it immediately on a client. File prepping is also called breaking the edges. You use another file to smooth the sharp edges of a brand new file. This prevents the file from accidentally cutting the client. Question 27. Which tool is used to lift small debris or place nail art? Nail nipper, tweezers, metal pusher, wooden pusher. Tweezers are multitasking tools. In a nail setting, they are used for precision work and for safety. They allow you to remove items from chemical solutions without touching the liquid. Question 28. A stainless steel implement used to carefully trim away dead skin around the nails is called what? Toenail nipper, nail nipper, metal pusher, wooden pusher. Nail nippers are designed for the delicate dead tissue around the nail. They should never be used to cut the actual nail plate. They are not strong enough and can damage the tool. Question 29. What is the legal definition of the list of services you are allowed to perform in your state? Business ethics, job description, scope of practice, standard operating procedure. Scope of practice is defined by state law. It ensures that professionals only perform services they are trained for. This protects the professional and the public. Question 30. Hair that has been colored or chemically permed is referred to as what? Virgin hair, coarse hair, chemically treated, textured. Chemically treated hair requires special care. Its porosity and pH levels have been changed. It is usually more fragile and needs moisturizing products. Question 31. What is the main ingredient found in most professional shampoos? Sodium chloride, citric acid, water, fragrance. Water is the primary ingredient in nearly all shampoos. It acts as the liquid that holds the other active ingredients that clean the hair. Question 32. Which type of shampoo cleanses the hair without using soap and water? Sulfate-free, medicated, dry shampoo, clarifying. Dry shampoo uses powders like starch to absorb excess oils. It is used to make a style last longer or for clients who cannot have a traditional wet shampoo. Question 33. Which styling product adds gloss and sheen while defining texture? Firm hold gel, volumizer, silicone serum, hairspray. Silicone serums coat the hair to provide shine and reduce frizz. They are excellent for defining layers and protecting the hair from moisture in the air. Question 34. What is a section of hair molded in a circular movement called? Base, shaping, stem, indentation. Shaping is the process of combing the hair into a pattern like a C shape or S shape. It is done before applying rollers. It helps determine the final direction of the style. Question 35. Which type of pin curl allows for the most movement because it is placed off base? No stem curl, half stem curl, full stem curl, closed center curl. The full stem curl provides the most movement. Because the circle is placed entirely away from the base, the hair can swing freely. Question 36. The point where curls of opposite direction meet and form a recessed area is called what? Indentation, volume, ridge, symmetry. Indentation is used in styling to create a dip in the hair. It is done by placing curls in opposite directions. This causes the hair to flatten at the meeting point. Question 37. Which blow-dryer attachment softens the airflow to define texture? Concentrator, diffuser, comb nozzle, thermal brush. A diffuser spreads the air over a large area. This prevents the hair from being blown around too much. It is ideal for maintaining curls without creating frizz. Question 38. Which type of hair has the largest diameter and takes longer to process? Fine hair, medium hair, coarse hair, vellus hair. Coarse hair has a large circumference. It often has a very compact outer layer. This makes it harder for chemicals like perm solution to get inside the hair. Question 39. Dandruff is caused by which specific fungus? Tinea, Staphylococci, Malassezia, scabies. Malassezia is a fungus found on the human scalp. When it grows out of control, it causes skin irritation and fast cell shedding. This is what we call dandruff. Question 40. What is the term for abnormal hair growth in areas that usually only have peach fuzz? Alopecia, hypertrichosis, hirsutis, canides. Hypertrichosis is a condition where hair grows excessively on the body. It can be caused by genetics or certain medical conditions. Question 41. Temporary hair loss at the end of a pregnancy is called what? Androgenetic alopecia, alopecia areata, postpartum alopecia, telogen effluvium. Postpartum alopecia is a common type of temporary hair loss. During pregnancy, hormones keep hair in the growth phase. After the baby is born, these hairs all fall out at once. Question 42. What is the term for short, fine, and downy hair found on the body? Terminal hair, vellus hair, lanugo, medullary hair. Vellus hair is often called peach fuzz. It helps with sweat evaporation and body temperature. It is found everywhere except the palms of the hands and the soles of the feet. Question 43. Which physical side bond is easily broken by water and heat? Disulfide bond, salt bond, hydrogen bond, peptide bond. Hydrogen bonds are weak physical bonds. They provide about 1/3 of the strength of the hair. Being broken by water is what allows for wet setting or styling. Question 44. The hair shaft emerges from the scalp as a non-living fiber made of what? Living cells, keratinized protein, collagen, simple sugars. As hair cells move up the follicle, they go through a process called keratinization. By the time the hair comes out of the skin, the cells are dead and filled with protein. Question 45. Which layer of the hair shaft contains the pigment for color? Cuticle, cortex, medulla, follicle. The cortex is the middle layer of the hair. It makes up 90% of the weight of the hair. It contains the melanin pigment and provides strength and elasticity. Question 46. The small muscle at the base of the hair follicle that causes goosebumps is called what? Dermal papilla, bulb, erector pili, sebaceous gland. The erector pili muscle contracts when you are cold or scared. When it contracts, it pulls the hair upright. This causes the skin to pucker into goosebumps. Question 47. What is the term for the separation and falling off of a nail plate? Onychomadesis, onycholysis, onychocryptosis, onychia. Onychomadesis is the complete shedding of the nail. It usually starts at the base. It can be caused by a local infection or a major illness. Question 48. What is the lifting of the nail plate from the bed without shedding called? Onycholysis, onychomadesis, paronychia, onychia. Onycholysis usually starts at the free edge and moves toward the base. It can be caused by physical trauma or allergic reactions to nail products. Question 49. What is the medical term for an ingrown nail? Onychosis, onychocryptosis, onychophagy, onychogryposis. Onychocryptosis occurs when the nail grows into the living tissue around the nail. It is often caused by shoes that do not fit or by trimming the nails wrong. Question 50. A lump of red tissue growing from the nail bed to the nail plate is a sign of what? Onychia, pyogenic granuloma, tinea paronychia. Pyogenic granuloma is a severe inflammation of the nail. It is a small round mass of tissue that is very sensitive and bleeds easily. Question 51. In the early stages, a bacterial infection on the nail looks like what? A black stripe, a yellow-green spot, a white pit, a red blister. Bacterial infections are often mistaken for mold. They start as a light green or yellow spot. They will turn darker if they are not treated. Question 52. What is the technical term for a fungal infection of the nail? Onychia, onychomycosis, paronychia, onychophagy. Onychomycosis is a fungal infection. It can make the nail thick and brittle. It is contagious and the client should see a doctor. Question 53. Inflammation of the nail matrix followed by the nail falling off is called what? Onycholysis, onychia, melanonychia, hangnail. Onychia is an inflammation of the matrix. Any damage to this area can cause the nail plate to stop growing and eventually fall off. Question 54. Which disorder involves the edges of the nail curling into a cone shape? Plicatured nail, trumpet nail, splinter hemorrhage, eggshell nail. A trumpet nail is also called a pincer nail. It is caused by a deformity in the matrix. As the nail grows, the edges curve inward and can be very painful. Question 55. A dark band within the nail plate extending from the base to the edge is called what? Bruised nail, melanonychia, splinter hemorrhage, Bowes lines. Melanonychia is caused by extra pigment in the nail cells. It is common in people of color. If it appears suddenly, it should be checked by a doctor. Question 56. White spots on the nail caused by a minor injury to the matrix are called what? Melanonychia, onychia, leukonychia, psoriasis. Leukonychia spots are not caused by a lack of vitamins. They are actually the result of air bubbles or minor trauma to the matrix while the nail was growing. Question 57. Permanent waves and relaxers change the hair shape by altering which bonds? Hydrogen bonds, salt bonds, disulfide bonds, peptide bonds. Disulfide bonds are strong chemical side bonds. They can only be broken by chemicals like perm solution. They are reformed by a neutralizer to change the hair pattern. Question 58. Which layer of the hair creates the shine and the smooth feel of healthy hair? Cortex, medulla, cuticle, follicle. The cuticle is the outermost layer of the hair. It looks like shingles on a roof. When these scales lie flat, the hair reflects light and feels silky. Question 59. Which structure contains the blood and nerve supply for hair growth? Hair bulb, erector pili, dermal papilla, sebaceous gland. The dermal papilla is a small elevation at the base of the hair follicle. It is considered the mother of the hair. It provides the nutrients needed for hair to grow. Question 60. Which life skill is most important for a successful cosmetology career? Knowing how to cook, maintaining a cooperative attitude, owning a car, living in a large city. Cosmetology is a service industry. You must have a positive and cooperative attitude. This helps you build a client base and work well with a salon team. Question 61. If a client has an infectious disease or open wounds on the scalp, you should do what? Apply more shampoo. Continue the service carefully. Refer them to a physician and stop the service. Wear 2 pairs of gloves and finish the cut. Safety is the most important thing. Stylists are not doctors. You must not try to treat an infection. The legal response is to stop the service and recommend a doctor.